Hello and welcome to the On Air channel. I'm your social space curator, Ellie Janae, and today I'm going to show you how I organize my dies. So I usually do it in the journal format like you see here, where I kind of have a spiral to adhere all the pages together or like bring all the pages together, but you can also use this for a Rolodex. The reason why I do this type of organizing style is because I really want to make sure that I can use the least amount of space within my craft room and I can easily find what I need and organize it according to whatever. But the biggest thing that I really love about this actual organizing technique is having the labels available, because I just had it in some little Tupperware type thing. So anyway, we're just going to go ahead and get into our example, and I'm so excited about this demonstration because I was really searching for a great way to organize. Okay, so let's talk about our cardstock. It's a 110-pound cardstock. It's textured and has a little linen texture to it. It has multiple different colors for the different type of zodiac dies that I'm going to be organizing today from Paper Studio. I usually get it at Hobby Lobby for half off because they always have a great sale for Paper Studio products. This is the zodiac die that I have, and I organized quite a few, like all the other ones, so I have like 2 left. But as you can see is the cardstock, how thick it is. The colors are beautiful and bold, and then that magnetic strip holds all of the dies in place. So, in saying that, you'll definitely need a trimmer to get started. A chipboard that's 8.5 by 11. I ended up cutting the 11 side down by 3 and then cutting it at half to 4 and a 1/4. And that's how you get these little strips, but it's whatever size you need for your organizing table. Because this is just zodiac signs, I just wanted to give it its own little, journal. So this is 11 by 9 centimeter by 14 by 12 centimeter. You need those paper pages to be cut down in cardstock. It's very, very important because you need one to be a little bit bigger than the other. The way I cut down my 12 by 12 is by cutting the 9 centimeters and then flipping the paper to cut the remaining paper at 14. And then I cut that down by 12 and then take that 9 centimeter paper I cut down to 11. So you have a bigger sheet of paper and a smaller sheet of paper, and then some great remaining sheets of paper for other projects as well. So it's not like tattered bits everywhere, and you get the best use out of your paper. As you can see is I have a double-sided tape that's going to keep the chipboard down, and I put the chipboard on the bigger cardstock. And then I'm cutting off the corners here and leaving a little bit space away from the corners so it doesn't show the chipboard. Now I am using my double-sided tape, and I'm making sure that it is adhered to all sides of the paper. And essentially what you're going to do is kind of like going to maneuver the paper over and like wrap the chipboard that you have. I use both sides first, and then I make sure I tuck those corners before I put the remaining 2 sides down as well. So this gives you a beautiful fold. And then I'm going to use my adhesive glue instead of the double-sided tape, because the double-sided tape sometimes pops up and it's not snug enough, and I just lay it on the back side of the chipboard of where it's showing, and then whenever it's dry I'm going to cut off that excess. So I'm going to essentially show you guys how I make these pages again, 3 at a time, and it really is faster if you do it the method that I'm showing you now. So let me fall back and let you guys watch this part. All right, so while this dries, I'm going to show you how I prepare the magnetic strips. I have 4x4 sheets of paper or sheets of magnetic paper that I'm just going to cut down in half and half it again. But you can use 8 by 5 by 11. There's so many different magnetic strip sizes out there on Amazon. This is a very small journal project, so yeah. Make sure that there is adhesive on the back of your magnetic strip paper. And then I use my P-Touch to actually print out my labels for each one of these dies that I have. And I'm using Spellbinders, and I just basically attach the little number that goes with it. So whenever I do talk to you guys about what I'm doing, I immediately know the number and I can write efficient notes and stuff like that. And also whenever I blog and things like that as well. So I just put the label right above the die. You can put it on the back side, you can add a tab, you can do so many different things. And then I'm taking the die out and putting it in the direction that the die needs to lay for this particular project. Usually it doesn't matter, but because these are like zodiac dies, I want to make sure that it's sitting the right way up. So I'm doing this on repeat, just adding the magnetic strip, taking out the dies, laying it in the correct way, and then I'm going to also put on, the labels, so you can know which die is what, because it's one thing that is cute, but if you have a little system to it, it makes it great. So I am completed with all of the pages. Now it's time to use my cinch. So what I essentially do is because there's so many of them, I use the 1-inch spiral, and then I do use a mock paper. I do not go straight into it. I take a piece of paper that's the exact same size of my pages, and I just basically figure out where am I going to punch out these holes for this journal or spiral. So I knew I wanted 6, but I needed to figure out how to move it to the left or the right. So if it's more space on the right, you need to go left. If it's more space on the left, then you need to go right. So I got the perfect punch out, which is 6 notches are down, and I have it flushed up against the left side, and I'm making sure that every page is being punched out in the same exact way, because you don't want the pages to be kind of like out of whack and one is just kind of lifted to the side or whatever. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and stop talking and get into how to finish up this journal. Okay, so I am going to finish up the front and back of this journal set too, and I'm just keeping it plain white. I don't know what I'm going to do for the front just yet, but it is time to put the pages on the wire. So I have the wire from Michaels. I counted the 6 different holes on my pages, and then I counted 6 realms on my wire and cut the wire with my wire tool. I now set the wire on the side of the cinch tool, and I basically start off with the pages. What you saw me do was put all the pages in order, and I'm going to start with the back of the pages and bring them forward. And then you're going to see me put the front of the journal on, and then I'm going to have the back of the journal on top of the front journal just flipped around. I have another video showing you how to use a cinch if you have any more questions. So in saying that, now it's time for me to just punch down the journal spirals with the back of the cinch tool. And yeah, if you have any parts of the spiral that's just not doing well, you can use your wire cutter to kind of maneuver everything. But I noticed that this journal is a little bit too packed, so I'm taking the back out of it, and I'm going to put that off to the side for another project. But for the most part, this is pretty much completed. It's absolutely cute. Because of the magnet strip, things aren't going to move, and I love the labeling. So if you have any questions or you make one of your own, I would love to see it, but definitely follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook with Ellie Janae and the On Air channel, and I look forward to chatting with you guys soon. Bye.